Before she filed, the email subject line blinked on my screen like a pulse. I shouldn't have opened it. I know that now. Her laptop was still warm. Coffee ring on the desk, the house breathing in its familiar way. I was only looking for a flight confirmation she'd asked me to print. That was the excuse. The lie I told myself before the world split quietly in half. I want to take his business, house, and retirement before he discovers the affairs. The words were clean, professional, no hesitation, no shame. I read it once. Then again, slower. I didn't feel anger first. I felt something colder, recognition. The way you recognize a weapon by its weight even before it's raised. I forwarded the chain to myself, then to my attorney. Then I closed the laptop and washed my hands for a full minute, watching the water bead over skin that suddenly felt borrowed. She came home an hour later and kissed my cheek. I kissed her back. I told myself it was a misunderstanding. Lawyers exaggerate. People vent. Emails lie. I repeated that until it sounded almost reasonable. But denial doesn't survive detail. There were dates, timelines, strategy, a plan written by someone who had studied me closely and decided I was a resource to be harvested. The affairs weren't rumors. They were footnotes, men with initials, hotels with receipts, lies stacked neatly like files in a cabinet she assumed I'd never open. I watched her differently after that, the way she smiled while checking her phone, the way she asked about the business with feigned concern, the way she mentioned divorce as a joke, eyes never quite meeting mine. At night, she slept easily. I lay awake cataloging everything she thought she knew about me and everything she didn't. Shock is loud for some people. For me, it was surgical. I didn't confront her. I didn't cry. I didn't ask why. I audited phone records, cloud backups, deleted messages that weren't really deleted, calendar overlaps that told stories without words. I learned which lies she reused and which ones she saved for special occasions. Externally, I stayed predictable. Same routines, same tone, same affection measured to the gram. Internally, I built a map. My attorney didn't flinch when I forwarded the emails. He went very still. That kind of stillness means clarity. We moved quietly. Accounts secured. Access changed. Assets shifted into structures she couldn't touch without court approval. I exercised options she'd never bothered to read. Clauses she'd skimmed and forgotten. The business was insulated. The house retitled. My retirement locked behind walls built years before she started planning my erasure. I left town on a Tuesday. No drama, no announcement, just absence. She didn't notice for 3 days. The confirmation arrived as a PDF, time-stamped, verified, undeniable. Everything she'd done, every affair, every consultation, every message outlining how she'd ruined me before. I caught on. It was all there, laid out with the kind of order that turns betrayal into evidence. I printed it once. When she finally called, her voice shook in practiced ways. "Where are you?" "Working," I said. Not a lie. Just not the work she imagined. I asked one question, calm, casual. "Do you know what discovery is?" Silence, then breath. I didn't need more. She tried to file first. That was always her plan. Strike early, control the narrative, bleed me dry before I understood what was happening. Her lawyer called mine. I wasn't on the line, but I heard the recording later. The moment when the tone changed. When pages turned faster. When someone realized the other side wasn't blind or broke or unaware. When her lawyer understood that I had already filed. That the assets were already sealed. That the emails, all of them, had been preserved, authenticated, and disclosed. That the affairs weren't rumors. They were exhibits. That the strategy she'd bragged about had become a confession. He went pale, they said. I believe it. Some realizations drain color from the world. She called that night. No script this time, just fear. "You knew?" she whispered. I let the pause stretch. "I read," I said. "Carefully." She cried. She begged. She accused me of cruelty, of manipulation, of planning. She was half right. I never raised my voice. I never insulted her. I never explained myself. I didn't need revenge. I needed distance, control. The truth placed exactly where it would do the most. Damage, quietly, permanently. I signed the final document from a city she'd never visited. The window was open. The air smelled clean. Her name is still on my phone. I don't answer. Some people think closure is forgiveness. They're wrong. Closure is knowing that when she tried to destroy me, She only proved how well I'd already built my escape. I didn't win her back. I won myself.